Welcome back to San Jose's Japantown. We are extending our zip trip here as we get to focus more on the places and most importantly the people that make this community so incredible. We have had food, we have had drink, we have had art, we have had retail. Now we're going to talk about dance. And are you a dancer? Do you dance? Okay.
You don't want to see that.
You also do not want to see this dance, but I have so much respect for people who can dance.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's a beautiful self-expression. You can't think about what are other people thinking of me.
You have to just be
especially
into it,
when you're as good as these next two guests. So we'd like to welcome to Take Two from the Get Down studio here in San Jose's Japantown. Jeanette, you're the studio owner. We have JR, you're a performer. Tell me a little bit about, like, I'm guessing people who seek out your studio already know that they want to dance. Do you hear from people like, oh, I can't dance, I can't do that?
Oh, yeah, we hear that.
So help us, because Andre, for 40 years we've been saying we can't dance. How do you convince people like us?
So we just tell everyone that dance is for everyone. If you can walk, you can dance. And it's more just expression and just letting yourself loose. So it doesn't matter what you look like, just be weird, have fun.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you.
This is turning into a therapy session very quickly.
Because I don't want to be judged, even though I'm judged on this job. But you know, this is a form of, this is more personal than what I do. Dancing is something a little bit more intimate than that. Describe that feeling for the people who are uninitiated about what dance is and what you teach.
So when we have them come in, we kind of tell them to just leave whatever it is outside of the studio doors and just let everything be free, like release everything from your mind. It is like therapy. Like it's like a way to release everything and just let everything go from your body. So when they come in and they say, I want to stand in the back, or I want to, don't look at me.
I'll just watch.
Yeah, I'll just watch. We're like, no, just come in. We never, pressure anybody to do anything. We slowly start having them warm up and start using different parts of their body, like first the head, then their feet, hips, shoulders, and whatever is more comfortable for them. And then we like to have everyone kind of dance together and just kind of support each other as a team.
Gotcha.
All right.
So,
JR, you're one of the performers at the Get Down. Tell me, were you a dancer from, as soon as you could walk, or when was that switch flipped to, I think I can do this, to I want to do this?
There is definitely a switch flipped.
Wow.
I actually grew up thinking that, you had to be born with an innate talent to dance, because every time I watched people dancing, I was like, there's no way that I'd be able to do that. It wasn't until maybe around 2010 that I found a specific style of dance called locking, and it was just such a fun...
Wait, lock-in as in poppin' and lock-in?
Pop a lot?
Okay.
Oh, really? That's what you do?
Yeah.
She got you know stuff.
Children of the 80s. Okay.
Yeah, it's from an older style. So when I
watch
watched it, I was like, oh, these people look like they're having fun. And it's a form of self-expression that really throws out your personality. So I'm like, if I wanted to learn how to dance, this would be the dance.
Okay.
And then we also met a person that taught this style of dance, who is actually one of our co-owners for the studio. His name is Seach. When I learned that dance from him, he really instilled the philosophy of dance for me. And I went from thinking that it was something that you had to be born with to it's something that you can learn as long as you figure out how you can relate to the music and bring out your own expressive personality with it.
Did you ever feel stupid doing it?
That's the part. That's the part that you're trying to. I'm trying to figure out how to get past here.
No,
so tell us a bit about that.
You're going to feel and look uncomfortable starting off, but it's like learning a language. It's it's really weird to use it, and maybe you're not confident with yourself on how you use the tools that you get from learning this new skill set. But the more you use it and the more you practice, the more it just feels like you're basically taking from what you know just seamlessly off the top of your head.
You become fluent.
You learned pop and lock, but at Get Down Studio, what is there a specific dance that you teach, or different types of dance?
We have all sorts of dancing. So most of our emphasis is street style dancing, which is more less choreography, less structured, not like ballet where you have to be a little more
within the millimeter,
super technique and proper. More street style, so a lot of emphasis on freestyle, just kind of developing your own way of dancing each single style. So like he said, we have locking and then popping. We also have house, hip hop, breaking, and
Wow.
locking.
Wow.
We also have some partner work dances like salsa and hustle. So
Yeah.
so it's a lot of
You do salsa dancing,
Yes, we
classical,
do have
classical
salsa.
dance as
Yeah.
well. Oh wow,
Do,
okay.
do people come to you and say like, I'm getting married in 6 months?
Oh yes.
Oh
okay.
yeah. Oh you get. Oh really?
Yes.
I never thought that you probably should practice
Oh
that.
yeah, people do.
Yeah, I've had some people come
Yeah.
and say that it's 2 weeks.
Oh,
Whoa.
all right, intense.
And
All
are
right.
you able to pull it off for them?
We are. We
Oh,
just
yeah?
have
All
to,
right. Well, there you
work
go,
with
guys.
what we've got. So, yeah, they do come in 6 weeks, and we just kind of develop a wedding dance for them, based on their personality.
Like, so you
Gotcha.
choreograph based on
Wow.
what these
Yes.
two are like and what they want.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because everyone's different. Like every couple is different. We
Yeah.
can't have like a solution
Oh,
and
I
do the
like that.
same
Yeah, yeah.
thing for
You can't,
everybody.
you
Oh, I
can't
like
teach them
it.
to lock
Yeah.
for their wedding.
Yeah, and
for
their
the
music
after
too is
party.
different.
The music,
too,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And sometimes they're kind of goofy together,
Yeah.
and sometimes they're more serious.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we have
wow.
to
I like
match
it.
it to
Yeah.
how they are.
It's interesting, I every time I meet dancers, I think of my little brother, and he's an engineer, but his minor in school was dance, and back then I was like, he's wasting his minor, and I'm sure my
Wow.
parents probably felt the same way. Can I tell you? Dance has opened more doors for him,
Really?
socially and professionally.
Whoa.
Because it's
As an engineer?
Yes, because he used to work in a big engineering company. They had a huge Christmas party. He choreographed a dance among the coworkers who could dance, and they kind of performed it at the thing. And like the head of the engineer, like basically the guy whose last name was on the building, sought him out and said, "Hey, young man, good work. I like what you did there. Tell me about yourself."
Wow.
Which would have never happened if he hadn't been a dancer.
It seems like such a different thing.
Because
But
you
that's
don't
my
think
point,
of that.
though. Dancing
Yes.
is this form of self-expression that people don't
Yes.
normally explore because of what we talked about.
Yes.
But hearing the stories of feeling
Yes.
awkward at the beginning does help you feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let me try
Right.
and give it a shot. So.
Has it opened doors? I'm sure it's opened doors even outside the world of dance for you, right?
Yeah, definitely. Something outside of dance, or not just specific to the art itself, is also the community involved with it.
Yeah.
And because we're able to meet a lot of people, a lot of different walks of lives, it gets us involved with what their passions are, and it kind of helps us find ourselves on what we want to take dance further beyond just the dance itself.
Yeah.
Like Jeanette said, they opened up a studio. Not only did they want to dance, but they also wanted to teach dance.
Yeah.
Me personally, I was interested in the event side of dance, like bringing people together for different events.
Yeah.
So now my career is working in events.
Wow.
And I got involved with it because of dance, because I liked,
So
putting those events together.
I know of the dance culture because my sister dances salsa.
Oh,
and so I
okay.
went to one of her performances last year back in Atlanta. It's this big conference where all these salsa teams from all over come together. And I couldn't believe it because I didn't see my sister. My sister was a gymnast, Sarah, but now she's actually a really good salsa dancer.
Yeah.
But the community is what
Yes.
struck me. How close they were and how tight knit they were. These are people she ran. And when she comes to visit me here, she'll look for a salsa school
Yes.
to
Oh,
learn to
yes,
dance.
yes.
And I was like, "Really, you're doing that?" She's like, "Yeah, that's what we do. You go
Yeah.
and you visit different salsa schools and you meet different people
Yeah.
and you try different things."
Yeah.
I just the dance community is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
Something I knew nothing about, and the closeness of this community. It's just so interesting to me. It's
You're
awesome.
tight and you're welcoming,
Yeah.
which is
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
you're one or the other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Before we have to
Yes.
wrap things up, I'm going to totally put you on the spot, JR. Is there a move you can show us? Like, I'll hold the microphone, whatever. Is there anything you can do? I know, this is a surprise. If you want to say no, you can. Anything, just even like, upper body, whatever, arms, anything, or you think you'll just save it for another time?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let me hold that microphone. All
I
right.
think you guys are
Okay.
joining.
I
too.
know.
Of course, this is a total
Yeah?
honor to be here. All right, right here. I'm sorry,
right,
JR,
so-
tell us what you're going to show us, and then go ahead and show us.
Okay. I'm going to do an old school hip hop move. It's called the Monastery.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about old school hip hop, techniques or dance moves is that you can do it to any song, any music. It doesn't have to be specifically to, a choreographed song that you do it to.
Okay, all right,
Go ahead.
let's see it. All right. Okay.
Go ahead. Right to the
Okay.
right to that
All
camera.
right, right
yeah.
here to Tony.
So I'll do it slow first.
Okay.
1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
So if I did it fast.
Okay. Okay. I don't know that my hips will do that. And so they call it the monastery?
Monastery.
Tell me why. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind.
That I
Hold on. If it's dirty, don't say it. I'm going to take that mic.
All right, never mind.
You guys are the
Never
best. JR, thank you so much. Jeanette, thank you. The Get Down here
You
in
guys
San
are
Jose's
awesome. Yeah.
Japantown. We have
Check
to
it
take a
out.
quick break. We're going
For weddings too.
We'll get going
Yeah.
again on take 2.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Thank you for saving us.